Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check fresh release from ICM. It is molded in 1/35 scale and it copies Lastkraftwagen 3.5 tons, but this time it's a bit different kit because it also includes the German driver's kit, what can help you replicate diorama in 1/35 scale. So as you can see we have this nice box art which depicts actually two kits which are included inside, and this is a commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same kit if you order it from any good model shop, and we will check it right now. So here you can see comparison with my hand. It's the typical box for ICM. Then here on the side we have some information about the kit, so as you can see short history note in English and also technical specifications of the plastic kit. So there are 178 parts for the truck and 29 parts for the figurines. And finished truck will have length of 181 millimeters. From the other side you can see the same box art, the same marking as a box art picture, but obviously there will be more included inside and we will check it in a second. Box structure is also traditional for ICM. As you can see we have this flexible color printed top part or top cover, and then we have this sturdy white cardboard box which should protect everything what is hidden inside. Then we have assembly manual, and also of course there is a decal sheet and another assembly manual for the figurines, but we will check it a bit later. And then we have those plastic parts which are packed into several plastic bags. Obviously two kits are separate from each other. We will start with figurine parts and then we will continue with truck parts. And straight away I can see that one torso on the figurine sprue broken off, but that's not serious because as far as I can see it is not damaged. And we are going to open it now and check everything closer. So just give me a second. First of all, I would like to show this torso so that you see it with your own eyes that everything is intact. Here it is, from the front, from the rear, and here is the bottom. Why? Because we have all these attachment points on the bottom, so as you can see that's why everything stayed intact and nothing was broken off or damaged somehow. Then here we have the plastic sprue with other figurine parts. As far as I remember there are several drivers included, so it means even if you use one driver for this truck you will still have several left for your future builds, and that's a really cool feature because those guys will be handy in some diorama builds. So here we bring those parts closer. Just give me a second to focus the camera, and now you should be able to see it. So as you can see, detailing looks really good. For the plastic kit it's really amazing. And then here we have another figurine parts. Let's refocus the camera because as far as you can see it is not sharp. Here you can see another face, torso. Here torso was broken off. You can see it with empty connection dots. And heads are molded separately, which is really nice because you won't have to deal with heads pre-molded on the heads, and it will make assembly process a bit easier and faster. Next we have those plastic parts for the Lastkraftwagen for the truck. So just give me a second to open it and we'll take a closer look at all those parts. As you remember, we reviewed the simple kit, let's say, which was featuring only truck parts. So if you saw it, those parts might be familiar because basically it's the same as what we saw in the single kit. So here you can see the first gray plastic sprue. We have the main chassis bars on both sides. We also have some internal components because traditionally for ICM we have nice internal detailing out of the box. So we have engine, we have suspension parts, exhaust is here. Be careful with those thin parts. Those are door handles, for example, because it is easy to lose them, of course, and it is also easy to break them. So take your time and carefully separate them off the sprues. The same can be said about those parts. As you can see, they're also thin and we have attachment points right in the middle. So I would rather recommend to use plastic saw in order to separate them off the frame. Next we have two absolutely identical plastic frames. Here they are. As you can see, they are dedicated to wheel rims. So we will check only one because there is no need to see the same parts over and over again. So here, as I said, we have wheel rims. Molding quality is really good. And as far as I remember, we have the vinyl tires in this kit. Again, we have one wheel rim broken off from here, but it's not serious once again because it was connected only on one attachment point. Then here we have the parts for the rear section of the truck. Here it is. Let's zoom out a bit. Of course, everything is separated into several panels. As you can see, they are quite large. Here you can see comparison with my finger. And everything looks really good. And I don't see any possible molding problems. So there is no flash and no other plastic streaks what could be present here. Okay. Next we have another plastic sprue. This one obviously carries another set of parts for the rear section. We also have here the wheel arches, and this rear plate, it does not have the wooden texture. You have to replicate it with your own hands or maybe with airbrushing, but out of the box you get the just recessed panel lines, and that's pretty much all. Next we have separate plastic bag with transparent parts. So let's open it. Straight away I can say that there are no masks included, so be ready to mask these parts with your own hands. Here you can see them. Really nice molding quality. These parts look like real glass, and I think with careful painting you will be able to get a nice result. And again, as I said, be ready to have some masks for them, because otherwise it will be a bit tricky to get the clean work on your truck. Next we have another plastic bag. This one is dedicated to vinyl tires. Some modelers might be a bit, let's say, offended to see this element in 2019, but the kit, original kit, was released with this part, so that's why we still have them included. Of course, plastic parts are easier to work with, but as you can see here, we have this, I would say, average quality vinyl parts. But still, if you plan to do some high quality diorama, you will be covering them with dust and dirt, so it will be barely visible what you have under those weathering mediums. And then here we have the last gray plastic sprue. This one is actually the biggest one in the kit. So here we have the front cap parts. As you can see, it is divided into separate panels. We also have the doors, which are molded separately, and it might be handy for diorama. Also note the special bent parts for the rear section. And also here we have the frontal panel for the front cap. Again, molding quality is really great. Attachment points are thin enough in order to carefully separate those parts, and I think you won't have any problems here. Now we can move on to assembly manuals, but as you remember, we also had decals inside the assembly manual. It's also traditional, let's say, feature for ICM. So let's focus the camera. Here you can see those decals. As far as I can guess, there are several marking options included into this kit, so I think you will have a choice of those markings. But first I would like to show this assembly and marking manual for the figurines. As you can see, that's a German driver's kit 35642, and here we have parts map. On the other side we have all 4 figurines depicted in the color, so basically it is assembly manual combined together with marking guide, and it will be up to you which one you choose for your truck, because all those 3 guys will look good. Regarding officer, I'm not that sure, because it will look weird to see officer driving the truck. Then we have assembly manual for the truck itself, and I'm a bit surprised that first page is printed in black and white. I'm not sure if marking guide will be in color, so let's open it. Here you can see the parts map, and note that only 2 parts won't be used in this build. Assembly process starts with a chassis, of course. We continue with engine, and then chassis is connected with engine, radiator, leaf springs. Then we continue with front suspension, wheels here, then the spare wheel here, exhaust, front cap. Then we install all the transparent sections, seats in the front cap, steering wheel, doors, front grille, the rear cap, and here you can see that we assemble those panels together. Then we continue with those frames for the tarpaulin on the rear section. Then we join everything together with chassis, and we install also some minor elements such as screen wipers, headlamps, and that's pretty much all. So in total there are 76 steps to do in order to have your vehicle ready for the painting. And here we have marking guides. Surprisingly, they're printed in black and white. I'm not sure why ICM decided to go with such choice on this kit. Nevertheless, here we have first marking option from Russia, winter 1941. This one is from Ukraine, summer 1942. Here we have also truck from France 1944 and another one from Italy 1943. So as you can see, we have the camouflage here, but it's not understandable which colors will be used. You have to use the color reference chart in order to understand what to do with this camouflage. It's not cool, I admit it, and that's why you have to be careful while doing this marking option, one of those marking options. And this kit, as I said, is already available for purchase. You can get it in any good model shop. For example, Modelmex should have them for sure. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also donate to us by pressing the donate button on our website. It will help us even greater. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye.